Hello everyone, welcome to Delusion. I'm Sunshine. First, let's take a moment to calm your mind, hold your breath, and imagine you're gently falling from thousands of feet above the ground. There's no sharp whistling sound in your ears, but instead, there's a soft breeze brushing against your cheeks like silk. You look down and see an endless sea of clouds rolling beneath you, dyed a dazzling amber hue by the setting sun. In your chest, a once cold little stone begins to radiate a pure, deep blue light, like the depths of the ocean. In that instant, gravity seems to disappear, and you're no longer a modern person tied down by the trivialities of life. You're a spirit belonging to the skies. Do you feel fear, or do you feel a unique kind of thrill, a yearning to explore the unknown? It is this search for equilibrium in the weightlessness, this struggle to find roots amid the ephemeral clouds, that makes the classic masterpiece we're discussing so incredibly captivating. It's not just a young boy's adventure dream, it's also a melancholic ode to human civilization. Many people say they feel healed after watching it, but behind that sense of healing lies some of the most profound reflections on power and nature. Today we'll open that hidden cloud gate in the storm and visit the eternal Laputa. This is Hayao Miyazaki's crowning achievement, Castle in the Sky. This film was released in 1986 and marks the debut of Studio Ghibli. Directed by Hayao Miyazaki, often revered as the Kurosawa of the animation world, this film showcases his deep fascination with the sky. Many of you might be familiar with Joe Hisaishi's famous theme song, which has become world-renowned. Even those who haven't seen the movie would likely recognize the melody. It originated here. Inspired heavily by British writer Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, the film creates a steampunk-inspired world. Interestingly, during its creation, Miyazaki went to Wales with his team to experience the miners' life firsthand, especially during the miners' strike, to bring authenticity to the film's depiction of resilience. This gritty endurance was seamlessly woven into the character of Patsu. This work not only set the artistic tone for Studio Ghibli for the next 3 decades but also planted a seed in global audiences advocating environmental protection and anti-war themes. Today we'll uncover what aspects of this blue, airborne dream can illuminate our real lives. Our story begins in a quiet, mechanical mining town. Patsu, a humble apprentice boy, unexpectedly catches a girl falling from the night sky, Shida. Shida carries a mysterious blue-green levitation stone, which is the key to the fabled Laputa, an ancient kingdom floating above the clouds, rumored to hold infinite treasures and deadly powers. To seize the stone, greedy government soldiers and a pirate gang led by Captain Dola launch relentless pursuits. As they flee, Patsu and Shida form a pure and profound bond. Gradually, truths emerge. Patsu learns his father had witnessed Laputa firsthand but was ridiculed as a liar, and Shida turns out to be a descendant of Laputa's royal family. With unexpected help from Dola's pirates, the children break into the forbidden zone enveloped by massive storm clouds and whirlwinds. As they finally cross the stormy walls of clouds, the sight that awaits makes everyone hold their breath. It's not a fortress glittering with gold, but an abandoned, sacred aerial garden, guarded only by silent, giant robots and a towering ancient tree. But Muska, a power-hungry military officer, soon arrives. He activates Laputa's dormant, terrifying war machines and reveals the black magic behind the levitation stone, capable of annihilating civilizations. As the entire continent is about to become a raging inferno and Shida is cornered by Muska, the two children decide to use their last, desperate trick. As they tightly clasp the levitation stone and prepare to utter the ancient incantation, Bowls, their ultimate gamble for the city's survival and their own, unfolds. What does that incantation truly signify? And what will become of this city, once humanity's pinnacle of dreams? At its core, Laputa, Castle in the Sky compels us to ponder a profound topic, the height and depth of civilization. As an observer of Miyazaki's directional perspective, I deeply admire how he crafted Laputa's imagery in the film. Laputa embodies two meanings. It represents the peak of technological advancement, yet epitomizes a sickly detachment. Did you notice? Laputa's base is heavily armed with gold and mechanical weapons, while its top is a peaceful garden and graveyard. This dichotomy is a powerful metaphor for civilization. Muska symbolizes humanity's pathological pursuit of height. He craves power and the divine ability to wreak havoc and dominate from above. However, Miyazaki delivers the film's most poignant truth through Shida's words. No matter how fearsome the weaponry, no matter how many helpless robots we command, without the land, survival is impossible. This isn't merely environmentalism, it's a deep reflection on social classes and utilitarianism in human society. In real life, don't we often chase after suspended states of success? We pursue fame and wealth, floating higher like Laputa, forgetting the soil beneath us. This prompts us to rethink, does life's dignity stem from how high we stand, or from our connection to the world's essence? The film's healing message comes from its resolution. The heavily armed mechanical base plunges into the ocean while the life-sustaining, memory-bearing tree ascends into the cosmos. It tells us that only the seeds of nature, emotion, and memories are the legacies truly worth preserving for civilization. Next, let's explore the timeless youthfulness of the characters through the nuances of the voice acting. The performances by Mayumi Tanaka and Keiko Yokazawa bring incredible vitality to Patsu and Shida, instilling them with a pure and powerful energy. This purity, within a contemplative narrative, becomes an immense force. Patsu begins as a lowly mining apprentice seeking to clear his father's name but ends up as a guardian of civilization. This transformation is remarkably uplifting. The philosophical point here is, why is it these two children who save the world, rather than elite officers? Because the children's perspective of the world isn't divided by territories of interest. Patsu rescues Shida not for the stone's value but simply because she is a life worth saving. This pure, trust-based connection is what modern society lacks the most. We must understand, healing often stems from disinterested sincerity. When Patsu shouts in the whirlwind, "I won't let go," the performance conveys not just courage but unwavering commitment. The takeaway for us in today's calculating world, holding on to a bit of foolishness and the primal instinct of challenging the world for one person, is our best path to self-healing. We should learn to be like Patsu, venturing forward into the sunshine even without a navigator. Lastly, let's discuss the theme of silent guardianship. The giant robot guarding the garden is, in my opinion, the film's most sacred character. Originally a destructive weapon, it offers Shida and Patsu a flower upon their arrival, builds nests for birds, and quietly removes stones crushing delicate blossoms. This raises profound questions about technology and morality. When their creators vanish, can tools gain souls by imitating nature? The robot's existence is Miyazaki's poignant gift to the audience, a reminder that violence and gentleness are separated by a fine line, determined by where we choose to look. In this contemplative narrative, the robot embodies what's been alienated, things that originally held value. If you view it through a lens of control, it's a murderous demon. If seen with empathy, it's a messenger of peace. This perspective shift mirrors how we perceive today's rapidly evolving technological world. Through these layers of analysis, we see that Laputa, Castle in the Sky is not merely an adventure animation but a cinematic epic on the destiny of civilization. It explores humanity's extremes of greed and offers healing with the astonishing hope inherent in a single seed or spell. Diving beyond its fantastical surface, we find the eternal theme of roots. The film inspires us to reflect on modern living while awakening us to ways of coping in this rapid-paced world and finding our own levitation stones. It reminds us to cherish selfless kindness and remain vigilant against our inner Muska. By approaching the film this way, we leave with more than admiration for its visuals and music. We are awakened with a deep clarity. This is why we revisit Miyazaki's works time and again, as he brings us back from our cloud-bound confusion to hand us a flower fresh with morning dew from the soil. Every core idea in the film is subtly woven together by Joe Hisaishi's ethereal yet grand melodies. From the smoky mines to the dreamy skies, and finally to the climax's collapse and transcendence, these emotional fluctuations reflect life's authentic pulse. In these philosophical explorations, we learn not only how to enjoy cinema but also how to protect our beautiful hearts. The film contains a simple yet soul-stirring line of dialogue, encapsulating its essence. Shida says to Muska, "Root yourself in the earth, live together with the wind. Wade through the winter with the seeds and sing together with the birds in spring." This utterly denies Laputa's delusion of superiority. It captures the truth of life, coexisting with nature. No matter how advanced civilization becomes, severing our ties to the land would make such achievements mere fragile castles in the air. Another impactful quote comes from Patsu's father's legacy: "Believe in the sky, but never forget the land." This line reveals the dialectical relationship between dreams and reality. It teaches us that flying is meant to understand the vastness of the world, while landing is to embrace grounded living. These lines transition from building ideals to grounding truths, forming the film's steady emotional foundation. After discussing so much, what I truly want to share is this: every one of us carries our own levitation stone. It could be a childhood dream, a cherished relationship, or that unwavering kindness within your heart. Life can sometimes feel oppressive and confusing, much like Laputa's stormy surroundings. But please believe, as long as you still trust in the blue sky and are willing to run to protect a soul, you will always have the right to soar. We must learn to be like Patsu and Shida, smiling amid destruction, sitting on a fractured lawn while watching the life tree ascend into the distance. That scene isn't an end, it's liberation in a higher dimension. I hope after watching the movie or listening to this episode, you can say to yourself, "Thank you for enduring." Don't always aim to conquer that unseen Laputa. Instead, return to your own little garden, plant a seed, and listen to the wind. Life's meaning isn't about claiming some cloud-bound island but lies in keeping your pure and beautiful heart intact through the shadows. Go pursue your sky, but don't forget to bring the key to return home. That's all for this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What impressed you most about Laputa, Castle in the Sky? Was it a particular scene or melody? Sunshine will carefully read through all your comments, so feel free to share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe. Wishing you a good morning, afternoon, and evening. This is Delusion. See you next time.